I just broke a sweat trying to get this setup going on here. I'm on the ground right now. Usually I'm up there. But today it is gloomy as no other, and I need some kind of light. And and I have very limited window options in my apartment. So let me just adjust this real quick. Sorry. Welcome back to yet again another godforsaken episode. I didn't forget last time I didn't have it. I got my wine glass filled with anything but wine at this point. To be fair, I am going to go play bingo after this and drink some hard cider because I'm 22 years old and I like to have fun on Tuesdays. So I am not going to betray myself and drink wine, and or my only other option is a Moscow Mule, and I do love those, but that before drinking a hard cider feels like a lot of regret. I'm not going to do that to myself. So cucumber and lemon water it is. Here we go. We're back. I'm definitely going to swallow a seed at some point. So just be aware of that. Today I am going to read your guys's I'm going to read your guys's hot takes. I did an episode before this. I don't even know which one it was, but I've done one before this that was writing or reading. I wish I could speak. How cool would that be, huh? If I could speak while recording a podcast episode, that'd be really awesome. I did one and it was super fun because it was like I was arguing or agreeing with you guys, but you guys couldn't talk back. So it was all just me. So and that's what the overarching feel is for Argue at the Wall. I am just arguing at the wall. You guys are telling me your opinion and I'm just arguing with it, and I can't hear you. It's actually really fun. Because then I don't have to prove myself. And if I am wrong in what I'm saying, no one can fucking tell me otherwise. But let me just get this to be a little bit bigger here. Do a little bit of this. Come on. Or not. I am currently... Oh, for fuck's sake. Command bigger. There we go. Woo! Jeez Louise. So I harassed you guys on Instagram to send me your unpopular opinions, your hot takes, things that could start a brawl in today's day and age. And I got some responses. Actually, I got a ton of responses. So get your pants on if you're pantsless. Actually, you want to know what? If you have your pants on, take them off. I don't want them on while you're listening to this episode. Take them off right now. I have mine on for obvious purposes because you can see me. And I don't want to, I don't know, catch a case. Something. So, let me take another little sip. Oh, my lemon fell. Okay. And there you go. Another sip. You're going over here. Hopefully you don't fall and break my computer. That'd be really unfortunate. Okay, so. First up. This one disgusts me on so many levels that I think I'm just going to get out of the way right now. Quote, pickles, peanut butter, and maple syrup. So fire. Ultimate craving snack. Checks every box. I'm going to stop you right there. I should have stopped you at peanut butter. Pickles and peanut butter shouldn't be in the same sentence. Also, person who wrote this, I've never seen you eat this before. Ever. And I've known you for quite a minute. I've never seen you eat this or ever say that you liked it. So I'm having a hard time believing you right now because that feels real wrong. And you know what? Maybe, what kind of pickles are we talking about here? Are we talking like, um, are we talking like bread and butter? Because I love a good bread and butter, and I can get jiggy with a bread and butter. I don't like a dill. I'm not a dill girl, and I love a good bread and butter crunch. So to say if you're doing bread and butter, you can't say it checks all the boxes because everything would be sweet. Bread and butter is, or pickles are sweet. So I guess you would be using dill, which is actually a hate crime to yourself. Moving on from that, that was just like, that makes me so angry. That sheer thought of someone eating that. What do? You just like, you get a pickle, like a chip pickle, hamburger pickle, slather on peanut butter, and then drizzle maple syrup. Honestly, I can see it. All right. But it's still really gross. Like I can maybe, when I say maybe, I mean maybe see it, but in general, I'm going to say absolutely not. Next one, really hot take, which I got some things to say about. ASMR videos make you horny. Now, I don't know if you mean me personally, like you're calling me out saying they make me horny, or you're just saying like you in general. I don't know if you have experience getting horny with watching ASMR videos. If you do, they do make ASMR videos that are like for, sexual arousement purposes. So those exist, but I think there's a fine line between, feeling like that tingly sensation and being horny. So I enjoy every once in a while a good ASMR video. I really like just the tappings and the brushing on the mics and stuff. So it's, I don't really like the food eating videos. I have eaten them in the past. They work really great if you maybe are struggling with eating and, you lost your appetite, and watching someone eat yummy, delicious food could maybe help. It helped me. So there was a point in my life where I just like wasn't eating, and it like watching other people eat like really cool foods would make me hungry. So I don't know if that's definitely probably not for everyone, because like chewing noises can definitely not make you horny or hungry, but it did make me hungry. So that's an option for you guys. You're welcome. Now, in the sense of just like traditional, non-sexual, non-meant to be sexual ASMR videos making you horny, why it doesn't need to be a sex thing. I think that they're very relaxing. I don't think that they make me horny. I don't, no, they're not supposed to. I think you're getting it mixed up between like that tingly like sensation. Like that's what ASMR is supposed to do. It's supposed to like, maybe give you goosebumps or something. So if you're getting turned on by someone pretending to like touch your face and do your makeup and stuff, that's something else for you to deal with. If I can maybe see, the tapping and like talking really close to the mic and talking like this, like stuff like that. Sorry, I just gave you a little ASMR right there. I could see how that would maybe, make you feel nice, but I feel like horny is not the right word for that. Definitely not. Abolish dinner dates. Yeah, you already know I'm on you with this one. We talk about this a lot. I've been on them, and I never like them, but it's free food. So there's just something like about how when your first date is a dinner date, and this is your first time meeting them, and you both drive separately, and now you're trying to find each other. And it's like, oh, hey, where are you? Oh, I'm in the lobby. Oh, okay, I'm in the parking lot. Oh, okay, I'll come and meet you out. But you don't see their text message. And then you just like run into each other, and you're like, oh, hey. Didn't think I'd see you here right now. Didn't prepare myself. Just shit myself a little bit. I was going to let out a toot, but now you're standing right here. I was going to let one rip before I went inside, but my God, you're already out here. Kind of ruined it for me. And then there's like, whenever you sit down, then there's like this expectation of, keeping the conversation going whenever you get the food. And it's like this unwritten rule that like when you're talking, the other person gets the chance to eat. And then you stop talking, the other person responds, and now it's your chance to eat. And I don't like it. Like, yeah, you get to talk, but you don't get to like interact really, and it's awkward. And like, I'm such a nervous talker, so if I'm nervous, like, it doesn't even matter if there's food in my mouth or not. I'm just gonna start talking to fill empty space. There's nothing I hate more than silence. If you're my friend, you know this. I can't be silent, or I can't be in a room where there's just like no conversation being had, but there's like the opportunity to. Like, if I'm hanging out with all my friends and no one's saying anything, that feels like pulling teeth to me. Oh my God. Why would you ever want to do that? So yeah, I am going to talk. So, but, dinner dates, they're not my first choice. I will say this. I don't like going out in public and eating. I never have. So why would I want to go out in public and eat with someone I've never met in person and force a conversation? Like, I've done it before, and I'm pretty good at like putting on this facade that I'm good. I'm not nervous. Like, fake it till you make it is the motto that I live by. And there's something about just the internal anxiety I have. I'm clenching my cheeks together because I feel like I'm gonna shit myself, and because I'm so nervous, I get nervous shits like it's my job. And wow, my heat just turned off and I didn't realize how loud it was. Sorry, guys. Sorry if you could hear that. Yeah, don't like them. Never have, never will. They make me real nervous. I have so many bad memories with going on dates that were dinner dates. Even with like a repeating, like I was with my boyfriend. I had a weird era where I just didn't do well with eating in public. And then driving home after that because I had car anxiety. I used to be a fucking wreck. Now I'm just, now I'm just like a fender bender. I used to be, a lethal car accident, and now I'm a scruff on your car door. That's just real annoying. It's damaged, but it's nothing crazy, but it's just annoying. That's me. I'm a scruff. I'm a sideswipe. I love comparing myself to just the most non-human things. Like, dating me, like, is an orange cat, is like hanging out with an orange cat. That just like, but it's a perfect description. It really is. Like, side swipe, you can get it fixed, but it's annoying to get it fixed because it's expensive. And it's like, you could kind of see it, but you don't want to spend the money for just something that minor. But it's still annoying. And it's still there, and it's still damage. And that's me. That's me. Next up, influencers who make their child an Instagram profile should burn in hell respectfully. I wish you were here to kind of justify and explain and expand on your point. Because it is weird. And especially considering there's a lot of weirdos on the internet that will be weird about children. I think that posting your kid on your own Instagram is okay. But there's something about, like, parents making their 5-year-old Instagram profile to, like, promote their child is really weird. I will agree. Burn in hell. Maybe. I don't have any limits, so, you guys know how I feel about people with peanut allergies and kids. So, and I would maybe go as far to say that they should go barbecue style, down ground. But that's just my take. There was a take that I wanted to say that I thought of earlier. Maybe it'll come back to me, but I thought of one. It was so good. I don't know, but I think that there's definitely a weird aspect to parent. Like, why are you doing it? They're not even in control of it. You're controlling it. Oh my God. Whenever parents will do that with their dog or their kid, but then the caption will be like they wrote it. Like, especially if it's a kid, it'll be like, got out of nap time from mommy and am having playtime with daddy right now, with like a weird fucking evil emoji. That's weird. That's weird. Do I know those men? No fucking no way. I just saw one of my guy friends walk out of his house with a girl. Interesting. Huh. Good for him. Anywho. Next. Fucking hate this one. Someone said watermelon is overrated and low-key gross. I feel like that, like I feel offended by that statement. When I tell you I could eat an entire watermelon, I could, because I have eaten an entire watermelon by myself. You give me 2 days and I crush a watermelon. Honestly, give me a day. It's pushing it, but I could do it. I've eaten half of a watermelon in one sitting. It's so good. It's like, what do you mean you hate watermelon? Do you hate yourself too? Do you hate water? It's literally in the name. It's just sweet water. And yeah, maybe I get like the texture thing. If anyone could see me in my window right now, like I am on the ground floor. They can, like, if those people right there were to look over my window, they could see this right now. Anxiety's kicking in. Oh my God, don't look at me. Don't look at me. Anyways, I'm in my own world. Watermelon is not overrated, and it's not gross. Oh, someone's walking past my window. Let's go. Another person walking past my window. This is so fun. Usually I'm hidden back there, but now I'm just front and center of the window. This is really fun. Also, oh my God, this morning, first of all, could not stay asleep. I was waking up every 20-30 minutes for 5 hours. Yeah. Think about that. I got no sleep, and roughly at 6 a.m, my fucking, like the curtain rod falls. I thought I was getting robbed. That was not fun. Not in the slightest. Oh, couple's going on a run. Oh, God, I love just watching my window and just feel like a cat. It's so fun. Next up, I'm so scared of the fact that we said the pledge every morning at school. And I agree with you. Because it, like, our hand over our heart, saying this ritualistic thing. I get you have a choice. I didn't know I had a choice of whether or not to say the pledge until I was in, like, junior year of high school. They don't tell you that. So you're like half of your life just doing this thing because you're told to do it, feeling like, it's normal. No. If I were to explain to someone the Pledge of Allegiance, but kept out, the name of it and whatnot, like saying a ritual every day, all together at the same time, all in the same way, same thing over and over again, and it was weird if you didn't, you would think maybe I am describing something that a cult or a religion does. And it's even weirder that, what even is the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God. That's what it is. Indivisible, whatever the fuck indivisible means, with liberty and justice for all. And then my school would, like, say this other thing afterwards, real weird stuff. Like, I don't even remember what it was, to be honest. But one nation under God, what? That right there, I feel like we need to rewrite it. Oh, could you imagine America? America would, I honestly think it would collapse. It would collapse if someone changed the Pledge of Allegiance. I actually think so. It'll never happen. Well, never, maybe not never, but definitely not my lifetime. I feel like it would take something serious for it to actually change. Why do we have to say one nation under God? Not everyone believes in God. Everyone has different beliefs. Why do I say one nation under God? Why? Yeah, it's one nation, but not under God. If the nation is under God, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna analyze the fucking Pledge of Allegiance that was written hundreds of years ago. Actually, I want to know, when was that? Was it around? Okay. I'm not gonna get into history right now. I'm not here for that one right now. Next up, we have just the word aliens. So I'm gonna get my hot take on aliens. I definitely think that they're real. Now, do I think that they are the image that we have portrayed them to be, like the emoji, like the stereotypical alien? No, I don't think so. I think that they could look like humans, but I also think that they could look like something similar to humans. So, for example, like those pictures where it's very uncanny. It, like, looks like a human, it looks like a person, but it's not. Like, those kind of situations, I think that an alien could definitely be of that sort. Now, I'm 99% sure the government, like the Pentagon, came out and was like, yeah, we've seen UFOs. Like, they came out with documents. So I feel like there's no reason to deny that aliens are real. If they have these UFOs, there's something going on. I don't know where we came up with the word alien and who was the first person to, like, draw the image that we all know and think of today when we think of aliens. But I definitely think that they could be, honestly, sometimes I get into my head and I think a little too deep about what we all really don't know and how much the government doesn't tell us in terms of, like, aliens and just shit that's going on that I guess at the end of the day protects the country as in the world as a whole. Like, the less we know, the better. Keep away from chaos. But, like, if I could just know everything that has happened and then get brainwashed, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with finding out and then getting brainwashed, because at least at one point in my life, I would have known, all the shit that goes on in the back doors. I want to know this stuff. I'm a curious gal, and I want to know what the tea is about aliens. And, how Princess Diana really died. Was JFK involved in it? I just want to know these things, and I'm never going to know, and it does kind of kill me. But I guess that is just what life is all about. Going on and just believing everyone that's above you. Fairies and gnomes are real. I think at one point they were, but I don't think they are right now. And if they are real and Tinkerbell is true, I just killed a couple of fairies by saying that. My sister would easily disagree with me. I think she still definitely believes in fairies, and I think she really likes gnomes. You want to know what? How would a gnome live? Like, atomically, how would they live? Something that small. I mean, I guess there's like squirrels and shit. Like, would a gnome be considered an alien? Because, or would it be considered an animal? What would a gnome be considered? I also think unicorns were definitely real at one point. Like, like and dragons. I don't know if, like, I know they make they make them in the fucking manufacturing company. Yeah, Amazon makes them. No, like, I'm pretty sure they have, there's like little dragons. They don't breathe fire, but I do really believe that dragons did exist at one point or another during the earth being established. At some point, I believe that they were a thing. So what are you telling me? Like, someone just randomly came up with the idea of a dragon? They got a creative mind. Same with, like, mermaids. I like to believe that all of that was once real. Because how else would we know about it? Imagination? Maybe. But that's not as fun to believe. Ever think about that? Party poopers out there hating on mermaids and shit, thinking they're not real. No, at one point they were. Maybe not right now, but at one point in the universe existing, they have existed. Maybe not all at the same time. Ideally all at the same time. That'd be that's a world I would want to live in. Maybe not with the dragons. So would a dragon be a descent, or like the original dinosaur? With the whole, just like, I feel like their build is kind of similar, maybe. But I really do. If I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna believe that dragons were once, that they once existed, I feel like I'm obligated to say, oh yeah, gnomes are real, and so are aliens. Like, I feel like dragons, if I'm gonna sit here and say, I think that dragons existed at one point in the space of time, I feel like I'm slightly obligated to also believe in aliens and fairies and gnomes. Probably. Honestly, you guys ever watch the movie Center of the Earth? How there was like all these different creatures. Like, I know that the center of the Earth is not like that. I mean, I guess we don't know, but like, we know. It's just molten lava. But how cool would that be? There fucking has to be another planet in this godforsaken universe that has some kind of dragon or some kind of mermaid. Like, the possibilities are fucking endless. Space is ever growing. And there's like billions of planets in the universe. So you're telling me that not one of them doesn't have dragons? No. One of these planets have to house dragons and mermaids and unicorns. Like, genuinely, it's so likely if there are that many planets in the universe. And I know we aren't the only living things in this universe, which is fucking terrifying, might I add. Like, that scares the shit out of me. And you want to know what? I want to meet them. As long as they don't hurt me, as long as they're friendly, I would meet them. I also believe that there's a replica of me in another universe, which is, I'm not going to get into. I'm going to move on actually right now. Otherwise, I'm going to stay on this topic for the next 30 minutes, and I know you guys don't want to listen to that. So, what do we got next? Wendy's changed their fries in the past few years, and now they are horrible. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember the last time I was at Wendy's. So, I can't argue or agree with it. But I do remember, when I was younger being at Wendy's, and their french fries being, like, good, but, like, kind of spicy. Like, they had some spice on them. Meanwhile, McDonald's french fries are just kind of just a pile of salt, which, delicious. Also, Steak and Shake french fries, delicious. Those are the best French fries I think I've ever had. Genuinely. Besides this place that I go to for bingo, they have the best French fries. If you know, you know. If you're listening and you know, you know. God, they're so fucking good. But yeah, I can't argue or agree with you, but I hear you and I see you and I support you. There's another one, Tyler, my cousin. My cousin submitted this for her brother, which is also my cousin, and said that he would say golden Oreos are better than the regular chocolate ones. And we've had this conversation before, and I could not agree more. Golden Oreos are so much better than the regular. They are sweeter, but I have a sweet tooth, so that makes sense why I like them more. And they get soggy just not too quickly. It's never broken on me before. You know, it's always just the perfect. I've got it to a science dunking it in my milk. And that is the only time I'm going to drink a glass of milk. I will be honest. And 9 times out of 10, it's actually not even real milk. It's almond milk. Which, by the way, I have almond milk in my fridge that expired about 2 months ago. Really scared to see that. It's almond milk, you know, how bad can it be, right? I don't know. The golden Oreos are better, though, and I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any other differing opinion. Genuinely, I don't, because they're better. And that's all I have to say about it. Queso is better than salsa. Agree. No further comment. Queso is better than salsa. However, I do enjoy a good mix. Like if I'm having chips and queso and I have salsa, I'll do a little scoop of queso, scoop of salsa bite. It's delicious. If you've never tried it, highly recommend. Another one about pickles. You guys really like pickles here. Pickles are so superior and so is mustard. Grow up. All right. The only time I really will willingly eat mustard is whenever it's in a deviled egg. Which, by the way, I have been on a deviled egg kick. Stinky, am I right? But let me tell you, I do a little bit of mayo, just a little bit of mustard, a little Dijon, and then my friend Kennedy recommended doing a little bit of bread and butter pickle juice, and I did it, sweetened it up a little bit. It was still very good, but I think I might prefer it without it, just, you know, to stay with the basics. But that's the only time I'm gonna eat mustard. I don't hate it, that I don't love it. I'm not gonna say it's superior. Pickles, on the other hand, I'm only gonna get really jiggy with a bread and butter. I feel like we've established that. Lots of pickle talk here. Lots of pickle talk on this episode here. Next, the feather hair trend walked so tinsel could run. Yes. I was actually just having a conversation about the feathered hair trend. I had like a neon orange one with black and it looked like a tiger. I think I also had a blue one. And I'm 99% sure one of my school pictures when I was younger I have a feather in it. That was like such a big thing. And they were fucking expensive too. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were like a little pricey. You paid a pretty penny to get a fake feather stuck in your hair. That was such a weird trend. Such a weird trend. I don't know how that started. The tinsel, I can't get on board with it. If you do it, I'm probably going to think it's cute. But personally, it's not my favorite. But I do agree that the feather trend walked so tinsel could run. What are we doing putting shit in our hair? Like, what's next? It's going to be feathers walked so tinsel could run, and blank could sprint. What's next? What else? What other shit are we gonna put in our hair that's floppy? You could just tie in a knot. Those little wrap things that you would get, like yarn wraps you would get at the beach. Bro, I went through such a big phase on this. Like, me, my sister, and our 2 family friends would go to the Outer Banks, and we would get these hair wraps, and taking it out was actually, it felt like that was like the first pain I ever knew, besides brushing my hair whenever I had a rat's nest in the back of it. That was also horrible. Do you guys ever, like, when you're brushing your hair and there's a knot in it and you just get so fucking frustrated, you just like are like pulling your hair and you start banging your head with the hairbrush? When you were younger, yeah, but I also still do that sometimes. You just start crying because it's like, the knot's coming out. You know how many times there's been a little knot and I just cut it out? So I got weird lengths of hair. I just saw something drop, and if my ceiling is leaking, that's gonna be my last straw, buddy. Last straw. Anyways, keep it going. I'm seeing things, guys. This is really scary. Like, in the corner of my eye, I just saw something. Next up, olives are this is funny because I was reading through these. One person said olives are delicious, and then a couple responses later, someone said olives are gross and disgusting. And these people, like, don't even know each other. I never posted these responses, which I just thought was very funny and very fitting. I love olives. Not green olives. Fuck green olives. I enjoy olives, though. I think that they're very yummy. I could probably eat, like, a can of olives. Black olives. Easily. I could see why people wouldn't like them because it's definitely an acquired taste. But if you don't like them, you probably just are a picky eater and don't have a sense of humor. All right, this is a hot take. Open relationships don't sound that bad. Well, I don't judge people for their relationship choices, unless it's like cheating, obviously. But in terms of, like, if you've established that boundary with your partner and you're like, yeah, I am secure enough with our relationship that wouldn't send me into a spiraling, sobbing abyss, knowing that you are kissing other girls. I think that, hot take, I think that open relationships run deeper than just, like, being comfortable with yourself. I think there's just not a world that I could live in where I could date one person, say that I love them, but then also explore other relationships. Like, that just, it doesn't feel genuine with that, original relationship. But again, that's just my personal preference. I could see how people in theory would think that open relationships sound nice, but at the end of the day, I do think that it comes down to maybe some underlying commitment issues, because it's like you always have someone else. If one relationship isn't working, you have another person to go to. So I think open relationships are very interesting, and that I could probably never do it. But hey, potato, potato, tit for tat. Everyone can do what they want. I don't care. I don't care what you do in your free time. Just don't tell me about it. Cats are superior to dogs? Absolutely. Don't even need to argue about that. I love them both, but cats are better. They're just the bitchiest things on the planet, but my God, are they cute. Marriage is so scary. Stuck with someone you fell in love with when young, and divorce is so likely nowadays. Are you okay? No, I see how this could be scary, but I mean, heat's back on. I could see where you're coming from on this, but I definitely think that stems a lot just from, being scared of commitment. But I've felt like this before, where it's like, that's such a huge commitment, like choosing one person for the rest of your life. But I think when you're genuinely in love with someone, and you just know. Anytime someone tries to explain how they're the one, you just know. Like, and I've never experienced that, because I've always, well, clearly I've never experienced that because I'm fucking single. But I think that, it's not as scary as you think it is, because if you're with someone that you genuinely love and would do anything for, I think it wouldn't be scary. I think it'd be more exciting. And there's definitely probably some scariness because of the change of it, but not the commitment part of it, if you're marrying, the right person for you. Why would you buy a designer bag when you can get a fake one for $30 off of DHgate? I've thought about doing this before because it's fun. But I think people buy designer bags because it's something that they can show off to show, the hard work that they've done. And I guess at the end of the day, if it's like a good dupe, a stranger walking on the street isn't going to know that it's a real Prada bag or not. But I think it's just at the end of the day, the experience you get with buying a designer bag, and you knowing that you bought it and being able to carry it around with this sense of pride. Like, you worked hard, you saved up money for this designer bag, and it's good quality, and it was maybe ethically made. You never know nowadays with designers. But it's, I'm in a fashion luxury brand management class right now, so this is very interesting. Because I see both ways. Obviously, I can't afford a designer bag, but I also see why people buy designer bags, because it's like this lifestyle and this desire and this dream. And it's like, whenever you get a designer bag, you're, a part of this superior elite group of people who, not everyone has this bag. But, I mean, am I opposed to buying, a fake one until I can afford a real one? No. I'd probably do it. I never have, but I'm not rolling it out, I can tell you that much. Alright, last one. This one is my least favorite. The Princess Diary movies suck. But joke's on you, because you spelled diaries as dairy. So, you're just dumb. Those movies are fucking amazing. And I cannot believe I'm ending on this one. Because they're fucking amazing. Anne Hathaway means everything to me. She is a genius. She's beautiful. That woman hasn't aged since she was like 18. And she's just awesome. They're comforting. It screams my childhood. How could you ever hate it? Do you hate yourself? Some of you guys are saying things, and I'm like, I think that you hate yourself. My God. You hate the Princess Diaries? No way. I had terrible broccoli and cheddar soup for dinner. So, but I was like shaking my balls off when I got home. So, here I am once again. Anyways, that's all I have for today. This was always so fun, as per usual. I love doing these because it's like I have a guest on, but it's still just me talking, and I get all the attention. Because, my God, I love attention. Attention whore. Anywho, thank you guys so much for listening. Genuinely, I really, really appreciate it. And if you sent something in, I also really appreciate it. I love doing this, and I love that you guys love it too. It's so fun for me. And I hope it feels like, you're talking to me just in my little apartment with my visions that I keep saying and my leaky ceiling. So that's awesome. Whatever. But yeah, you can follow the pod on Instagram at Argue with the Wall, but the with is a W. You can also subscribe to the YouTube channel where I post these videos. If you're not watching, you can watch it too. Or you can just listen to it on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, whatever, wherever the fuck you get podcasts or music. And what else? That's about it. Yeah. See you next Tuesday.